Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of El Supercast. With me today is a man you may or may not know. He is a dungeon master of sorts. Is that the correct term for what you do?
Yeah, that would be about accurate.
So let's get right down to business here. What is it about Mystery Science Theater 3000 that made you decide that, hey, I can do something with this?
It's the feeling that I wanted to do more with Mystery Science Theater. It's been a big part of my life. One of my first official dates with my wife involved watching Hobgoblins, so it's always been something we've watched and enjoyed and loved. And when Joel reached out to the fans in need, I'm not a person as a freelance writer of great wealth, but so I thought to myself, what else can I do? And I'm like, well, my talents involve writing role playing modules and things. How can I use that to help motivate the gamers, which I think is a large part of the demographic of Mystery Science Theater 3000, to get out there and support the Kickstarter. And that's kind of what how I put this together.
Nice. So, is your first module gonna be Manos, Hands of Fate?
First official release will be Manos, Hands of Fate. I have no idea how I'm going to write them as they kind of come to me, but Manos will be released at 2016 at Gen Con. It will be its first public play, so that's the first one that I will be breaking out. And hopefully I'll have a couple others done and ready to go so that there can be a whole bunch coming out at about the same time.
So typically, how long does it take you to make a module?
I can probably do one on average about a month. It's again, this is going to be going with layouts as well as artwork, as well as cartography, and as well as play testing. Since this is going to be definitely want to do of higher quality as far as release goes, so I'm not pushing it for any specific deadlines except for the Manos one, so that I can get the best quality release out to everybody. And again, this isn't just going out to the people who supported the Kickstarter. This is going to be a totally free release through the drivethrurpg.com Kickstarter, where anybody can get their hands on these products and work Mystery Science Theater 3000 inspired stories into their Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder campaign.
So I have to ask you, what's your favorite D&D system?
I'm really enjoying 5th edition right now. It felt very natural during the beta test. It felt like a game that I had been running for years, so it feels very second nature, and that comfort, I just can't say enough about it. It really has captured the best of everything.
That's very cool. I've been trying, I think it's called Adventure League, and it seems pretty good so far.
Mm-hmm. It all depends on the people you're with. I mean, with any system, you have a good person running it, you have good group at the table. It creates amazing stories, whether you're doing rock, paper, scissors, 5th edition, or anything. But 5th edition in general is a wonderful system.
Oh yes, I agree. Uh, your next endeavor is one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen, besides Manos. Space Mutiny.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it about McLarge that made you decide this is going to be my next module?
It got me thinking about the definition of a dungeon. A dungeon does not just have to be an underground system of passages, but it can be anything, any enclosed space that you're traveling in. You can even define it within the Dungeons and Dragons books as a city, urban environment, because of the system of streets and things can be a dungeon. And I got to thinking, this is that in Space Mutiny, they're on a spaceship that they can't get out of. It's a huge space with spiraling stairways and catwalks and things, that it really does qualify itself to be a dungeon. And I like the story idea of it being a rebellion of the people between the established and those that are not content. And thought it gave itself to a very good story and a very non-traditional dungeon environment.
Mm-hmm. So are you gonna make it that the girl that dies, she comes back somehow?
Absolutely, she's gonna definitely have some kind of power, or we have some, species that makes that ability happen. I'm going to work with the foibles of the movie, as well as even the sketches that they do during those episodes,
Uh-huh.
do Easter eggs and things to work it all in. I don't want them to be heavy-handed on this, but if you've seen the movies and things, I want the players to be able to go, wait a minute, this sounds familiar.
Yes. Yeah, I think you should incorporate that, you could take out one of the guardrails and make that as a modified weapon.
Guardrail kills should definitely have a bonus to damage for death. Yeah.
Yeah. Or if someone gets into a berserker rage, you got the typical Reb Brown yell.
And the hardest part, I think, for that one's going to be figuring out the floor waxer chase, because that's something that's pretty not traditional D&D. So I'm very excited to be working on that.
Oh, then you have Calgon. Take me away. Oh boy.
Calgon, blow me away.
Such a great movie.
Oh, we love it. And Captain Santa Claus and the Balerians and all that. It's just so much wonderful stuff. But actually, I think what the hardest part is going to be is, because I want it to be able to be worked into any existing campaign, is finding the way for the players to get in and out where nobody else can get in and out of the scenario. So that's going to be my biggest challenge with that. But it's one that I've loved for years, that story, and I'm excited to turn it into a fantasy dungeon crawl.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Hey, no problem.
And I always ask this of all my guests, a website that you would like to give props to before we get going.
Absolutely. That's threat-detected.com. That is where I keep all my writing materials available for people, and have the schedule of what all you're getting. We have the list of all the MST3K titles. For Dungeons & Dragons. We unlocked a couple that are going to be for not Dungeons & Dragons, like Beginning and the End will also be done for Savage World, and Manos will also be done for 7th edition Call of Cthulhu, and all my updates and snippets from it will all be there, as well as my schedule of where I'm running these publicly at conventions.
All right. Excellent. Well, hope to hear from you soon, and good luck with all the movies and everything else.
All right, thank you. What do you think, sirs?
Push the button, Frank.